Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I think, I've already told you everything you need to know about me if you just listen to the first 2 seconds.
Oui.
I'm Jen.
I'm Neal.
I'm Canadian.
I'm a teacher.
You are not a teacher. I'm a teacher. And it's really hard to be a teacher. So when you say you're a teacher, go try to be a teacher for 5 hours.
I couldn't.
Not for a second, could you?
No.
And most of the people out there couldn't. But that's not what this podcast is about.
What's this podcast about?
Reality television.
Which one?
Oh, you know.
Which one?
The Traitors.
Episode 5.
Not the greatest name. I mean, yes, the greatest name for a television show, but when we speak it into our talk microphone remote control for the television, here's the question of the podcast
Are you
episode.
looking for something about stock trading or the Traitors?
But the good thing now is it's such a popular show that even though the voice control shows you've just said the traders, as if, yes, stock traders, it still brings you to results about the traders, but it doesn't assume. It gives you all the options because it doesn't know if you mean the UK
Options
or the
trading?
US. Or, oh my gosh. No wonder English is so hard to learn. All those double meanings, and we spell them the same way, but they mean something different, or they sound the same, but they mean something different. Or we have words that mean the same thing, but are different. And some are more formal than others. Well, I guess every language has that, more formal and informal language. That's what I'm not good at. So, as a Canadian, which this is why it's important for you to know I'm Canadian, I know a little bit of French. And you, as an American, know a little bit of Spanish. That's why it's important to know that we're in a relationship and that I'm from Canada and you're from America and that we watch reality television.
Traitors episode 5. We haven't finished the episode yet.
We are 15 minutes away. I could not hold my thoughts in any longer. We are at the round table. I'm going to start here and then go backwards. I'm going to start at the round table. Neal looks at me and he says, "Holy crap, do you think who has turned it around on who?"
Well, Candace going after Ron.
And I said to Neal, I don't think for a sec, to me, and this is the conversation I want to start with right now, to me, and maybe people have already made this comparison, or maybe people have no idea what I'm talking about, but I turned to Neal and I said, Neal said, "Oh, do you think people have actually changed their mind, or is it still just going to be Michael?" And we've watched enough Survivor to know when editing is trying to look like it's between a couple people, but really people have their minds made up. I think people had their minds made up on Michael because dude.
Well, give them the background of why you're saying all of this.
Okay, so we're starting at the end. We're starting at the round table. Michael is convinced Colton is a traitor.
Which pre-round table, they had a big blow up.
Yes. Okay, start there.
So
rewind a little bit. We're talking about Michael Rappaport, the actor who has a lot of controversy. Has a lot of controversy around him, and Colton Underwood from the Bachelor franchise.
Yes.
You have to realize that some of these people are so far removed from each other and know nothing about each other. Like, one of the housewives called Ron a housewife hunter. Dorinda, because now he thinks it's Dorinda. This is housewife violence.
She's right, though, but he's also right to go after them. He just keeps choosing
the wrong one.
It's crazy. Okay, but, yes. Prior to the round table, Colton of Bachelor fame and other reasons fame, and Michael Rappaport go at each other's throat.
He was the Bachelor, which means he was dating 30 women. He got engaged or something happened at the end of the show, and he has since come out as gay. This is important context. He's kind of known now for being gay, I would say. The timing of it all, that's... If you Googled an article right now, it would be about Colton. It would be about him coming out.
Yes.
Okay.
So him and Michael go at each other's throats.
Which, like, at first what Michael is saying makes sense, is you went after Donna so hard, she was a traitor. You then went after Tiffany that hard, she was a faithful. You are a traitor, so you knew Tiffany was a faithful. So you knew that was going to be a throwaway round table. He has good arguments.
Right.
Like, Michael is trying to play the game.
He is.
The thing is, he's just such a bad person inherently.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise. Like, can we talk about being back at the mansion? And, okay, we also need to not forget to talk about our favorite thing to talk about, which is that in the American version, they pretend they sleep in the castle. So, like, they film shots of them going upstairs for the night. They get driven away to a hotel offsite.
Yes.
Do you think any of them are hooking up? Do you think it happens?
What?
You can't
Rob
stop
and
me
Moira,
from leaving my
Moira?
hotel room in the middle of the night. Maybe.
Rob and Dorinda.
Dang, he just picked her up and ran with her. Rob is winning the hearts of Americans everywhere.
Well, what did I say at the beginning of the episode? I am unapologetically Team Rob and Team Lisa Rinna.
He looked at me, guys. We were eating our burgers and fries, our favorite pastime, eating burgers and fries. You better mute this. Oh no, this will pause forever,
yes.
right? Oh, this makes me happy. I like watching ads like this. Like, what is Batista in? Good job, Batista, for having a whole ass. Like, he's part of the like Marvel universe. Good job, Dave.
Okay. I think he's done with Marvel Universe.
I think people would really enjoy us having commentary about random stuff like this. We probably don't want to say that word, though, because that's, like, R-rated, right? Like, the name of the show is, like, R-rated.
Yeah.
That's where, like, Midnight Ballerinas go.
What?
Okay. No, worse. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry to Midnight Ballerinas. No.
I don't know what you're talking about anymore, so...
It was an ad for a show called Trap House. So Trap House is where, like, sex workers go.
Oh, okay.
But no, it's not. It's where drug people go.
Well, I think...
So we shouldn't talk about any of that.
I
because
think
that has nothing to do with
the
reality.
premise of that movie is they're DEA agents, so it probably has to do with drugs.
That's what I meant the whole time. And now strippers and sex workers are mad at me because I just lumped them all together.
Canceled. So...
Good thing the band's canceled.
We need to get to the crux of the issue of what
Rob
happened.
is so hot and such a good traitor, and this was such a good choice of the producers to choose him. And I will, as they said in this episode, I think one of them said eat pie. Isn't the saying eat crow? Like pie on your face?
Yes.
I guess it means the same thing.
You just combined.
Didn't he say eat pie? I mean, that would just be a treat. Actually, I don't really like pie. I think pie crust is the lowest thing. With those ingredients, that's the lowest form you can do with it.
We're really...
Like, with flour...
We're really letting our audience on the edge of their seats by not getting
flour,
to the point
a little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar, butter, whatever else you need to make pie crust. Just make like Toutons instead.
So in Survivor, Zeke, a contestant, was outed as... trans by another contestant, and that was
at tribal council.
And
as if because you keep that secret, you're good at keeping secrets.
Which that was some of the most uncomfortable television I've ever watched in my life.
It kind of makes bile like rise up in my throat, which is a really disgusting subscription.
And Zeke's
guys,
face...
while we're at it, I had a question for them. Shoot, it was either how to pronounce something.
What, Tallahassee?
Or if they preferred Pepsi or Coke. Oh, and we're having a really serious conversation right now. So if that was it, I'm so freaking insensitive right now.
So
dang, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yes, we relate that back to this episode because during the round table, Colton and Michael are going at each other again. And Michael is, he's got the nicknames Conniving, Colton, and then he's like, well, Colton's he'd be great at, or is great at keeping a secret. And everyone around the table, and Colton, his eye, almost the same look as Zeke. Everyone knew what
Disbelief.
Yes, utter disbelief because, Colton is gay.
Was in the closet until, like, later in life when, like, to be the Bachelor is to be basically as publicly straight as you can be, right? So it was a big news story. I mean, you don't say, you know what it's like to keep a secret.
Yes,
it was worse wording.
Yes.
Like, it was more like mine than yours.
You're the type of person that knows how to keep a secret.
You know better than anybody how to keep a secret.
It was very bad, and like
no mistaking it. And was it Lisa that said it? Lisa said, but Michael, he took it that way. Because Michael was saying, oh, this isn't about sexuality. This isn't about, that's not. And they're like, hey, you don't get to decide how he took it. And that is how you said it, to be clear. We are all sitting around the table, and this is also how we're taking it as, like, bystanders. So good for them. I'm getting emotional.
Yeah.
Good for them for standing up for Colton at the table.
Quite a few.
I'm crying.
Gay contestants, and the host is gay. Like,
yeah, there's no room for that here.
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
Like, that's crazy. And I know you always have to preface this, and you're like, oh, you're defending him. Michael is kind of like the way he is, he just says stuff, and like I don't think
he's a real New Yorker who like
I don't think he put thought into his brain like, oh, I'm gonna relate this back to him being
oh no,
gay.
I do.
You do think he was calculated in saying that?
Do I think he clearly we are joined by Winnie right now, the only cat who spends time with us on the weekends. Because I'm home, I work outside the home during the days, and Neal stays home. He says Winnie doesn't do this with him because he's usually at his desk working. So, like, on the weekends, he sits on the couch, and she sits on the couch. But I think it's because she wants me to feel jealous. Like, she is claiming him on the weekend. She says, if you're going to be home, you're not going to be closer to him than I am. And it's honestly, like, good for her. Like, I'm proud of her. What a bad bitch.
She's a diva. But, okay, so...
Okay, I'm crying, and you're going to say, yes, you're not defending Michael Rappaport. Listen, I gave him credit for earlier in the episode having pretty good, faithful arguments. But I think he needs to go. The main point we haven't gotten to is when... Gosh, I wish I could remember that guy's name.
Ron.
Was that his name in Survivor?
No, I thought you were going to Ron.
No, we need to get to the point.
Not Varner?
We can't get this wrong. Jeff Varner, right?
Varner?
They didn't go through the process, and I'm sure even if you've never watched Survivor, you know that they, like, write someone's name down to vote them out.
Yes.
They didn't go through that night. In a Survivor first, Jeff said, is it safe to say we can just say who is going home tonight? And they all agreed, basically including him, that he needed to go.
Yeah.
Because of those actions. That's where I feel like we're at with Michael. Now... Well, you might have one or two, like, will Candace still vote for Rob? Maybe. But I think at this point, writing Michael's name down, and again, this is why we paused, because I wanted to predict first. Writing Michael's name down, I think, is standing up for Colton, which I think most of these celebrities either A, genuinely feel like they need to do, or B, should do, like, as a public...
What have we been saying every episode this season? He's so much of a distraction.
Just get rid of him.
Just get rid of him. So he's out of the house. Either way, out of the house.
Like right now, he is a faithful. So if he gets voted out tonight, I don't think people are as upset as when the typical faithful goes home.
Right.
It just is what it is.
They might even celebrate.
Right. And like, Tiffany has met up with him in person since then, and she's been like called out for it.
Yeah.
But you can tell they got along. But I think she is trying to take him under her wing. Like I said in a previous episode, she's trying to make him into like a decent human being.
I think
she's like, hey, you're smart and there's good in you. Let me help you bring it out. And he still couldn't do it. But he was loyal to her. But that's a very New Yorker thing, I feel, is to be loyal.
But okay, so after
So to me, we should have a conversation and Michael should go.
what's crazy is after that concluded, Candace was going after Ron. Or no,
Yeah, that's what this was after because you were like,
and
is
then
this changing
Ron
people's
was
minds?
like, "Oh, well, Dorinda's a traitor,"
And that made him look worse, I think, because it's like, dang, you really are just blaming housewives.
And then
Which again, yes, he is right.
Dorinda's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I've been trying to get to know you, and I've been asking about your family." And he goes off on her, and he's like, "I don't want to get to know you, and my family is none of your damn business."
No, like he was really like,
it
the
was.
family's none of your effing business. Then he says it more elegantly after when he's saying, I don't want biases about knowing you to cloud my judgment. But, like, that's weird.
Yeah.
Like, you're a bunch of celebrities on a reality show. Relax, man.
You're not doing a good job as it is. So
and also that. Like, it's not like your nose has been in the right direction the rest of the time.
If you get to know somebody, then you can see if they're acting weird.
That's what I'm saying. He's bad he's a bad faithful.
Yes.
Because he looks this suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Luna just joined us. She's our old lady. She's been acting out a little bit lately, and it's stressing me out. But I'm afraid that a vet appointment will stress her out more than necessary just to prove that it's behavioral.
Right.
Because she just always has been a bitch. Also, I love that because we're watching it on Crave, we get all the swears. Yeah. But I feel like the producers probably swayed, like in their diary room sessions, most of the other contestants to vote Michael Rappaport out. Because even if you're not going to bleep the F words, he's just saying it too much for TV.
Well, this is why I'm feeling also a little skeezed out this episode. Because in the beginning, when they get to breakfast, they made a point to include a part where Dorinda finds... What?
Every episode, they're like clocking where it is on the table as soon as they get in. There must be some good shit.
They made a point of having Dorinda find out Colton is gay.
Yes.
So it's like you wouldn't...
They gave us context.
You wouldn't really have known that or needed to know that if something else didn't happen, like a certain show we just watched.
I do think it stood on its own as a really good example of these people really don't know each other.
Right.
Like, Dorinda is certainly in her own little world. Ron was like, that's the other thing when he was around the round table. He's like, I don't know. I don't watch your shows. I don't know you.
It was the opposite. Dorinda
you.
didn't know he was heterosexual on The Bachelor. She didn't know his
right.
Okay, I got it backward. Right.
Yeah, she might have just thought
he was gay.
And went on came out and was the first gay bachelor or something.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean, you got to be pretty outside of pop culture, which is like, wouldn't they run in the same circles? Wait, no, because Bachelor is ABC.
Yeah, they wouldn't have gone to like BravoCon together.
Right. I still feel like they're on the same...
I am seeing all over social media how upset people are that Alandria is getting invited to everything. All the movie premieres, award shows. They're like, what is this girl's talent and why is she on my screen?
Hiring the right people. Right. Being incredibly beautiful. Like, if she's just somebody's muse, then she gets invited.
Right.
If she was that designer's muse for the Golden Globes, the Golden Globes. But I mean, if there can be a category for best podcast, there can be a category where we can let reality TV people creep in, especially when they're stunningly beautiful.
A podcaster said, if you're a true podcaster, you do not want to win a Golden Globe for best podcast.
Because what passes for a podcast, according to the Golden Globes, is not a good podcast.
Right.
But I love Amy Poehler so much. Don't do this to me.
Well, I don't think that she would never do it as like a sellout type of thing. She's just a genuinely
She's
cool...
not rewatching Parks and Rec one episode at a time for a paycheck. And no hate to the people who do that, because you know what? I would love to do that.
I'm a huge Smallville fan.
Yes.
I watched the Talkville podcast with Michael Rosenbaum and Tom Welling, and I have since stopped after season 5 because it seems like a cash grab at this point.
Like they don't even want to be there.
No, Tom is great.
Okay.
But Michael,
The guy who played Superman.
the famous
Tom Welling. Look him up. He's
Tom
a beautiful
Welling.
man.
Awesome, dude. Michael Rosenbaum,
Is he Canadian?
no,
But they filmed in Canada, right?
yes.
I wonder if he got citizenship.
He probably did.
Makes it so much easier to work.
He's the reason why CW stars get driven to and from set, because in the beginning of Smallville, he did not get a driver, and he didn't show up to work one day and was found asleep on the side of the road in his truck.
From work, because you work such long hours.
So that was a cool story.
I would never drive myself anywhere if I had a lot of money. Oh,
well,
my
he didn't
gosh.
have a lot of money because it was like...
True.
So, Michael the Rosenbaum, who played Lex Luthor, he puts in virtually zero effort to, like, know anything.
He even watches the episode over.
I think he watches the episode, but he's probably on his phone watching the episode.
Got it.
Complains. He basically hates all the episodes. And he just, whenever, he can't add anything because he doesn't remember doing any of the scenes he's in.
What?
Especially now he's not even in, they're about to start season 8 when he's no longer in it.
Well, like the One Tree Hill girls, Hillary Burton left when her character in One Tree Hill leaves One Tree Hill.
But that's an even greater opportunity for Michael to be engaged and be like, oh my gosh, with me not in it, now I have fresh eyes. Like, this is so cool. Tom, you should remember the later seasons better than the earlier ones.
So then he almost just starts interviewing Tom.
Right.
And he is a good interviewer.
His actual podcast is like really famous and he's phenomenal.
Yeah, so maybe he just needs to stop doing it. Who would you bring in? Just Tom having a guest
Erica
every
Durant
time?
has said like she would love to do it.
Cool. That'd be so cool.
Her and Tom, their chemistry to this day is phenomenal. She played Lois Lane.
I don't know. Some days I really bought it and some days I really didn't.
Well, everyone knows that he should have ended up with Alicia. Their chemistry was the best. Season 4.
Who?
She was the teleporter that like went crazy and tried to kill Lana. And then she gets killed.
Who played her?
Final Destination 2. The best friend at the beginning that dies in the car crash. I don't know what else we've seen her in, because you didn't watch The Flash.
That's really specific. Usually I'm okay and stuff like that. Usually our minds meet about the same wavelength in pop culture trivia. But sometimes you just know way more than me. Okay. Stop straining your brain.
She has a common name, too, so it sucks that I can't think of it off the top of my head. Anyway, we're getting way off track.
Like, you have gone off the rails.
We need to watch the vote. It's probably, and it should be Michael. He should just be voted off because he's such a distraction.
So let's, reset. If that's the case, I feel like they packaged it together so that we can go into the next week fresh.
Yeah.
Rather than making us delay this another week.
We can just get rid of Ron and be wrong again.
Probably. But at least they've gotten one. Okay, let's go watch the vote, and then we'll be right back. Please. I'm really surprised. Okay, we're back, by the way. I'm really surprised it was as close as it was.
Quite a few people voted for Ron.
Was that,
after Natalie made a plea to just vote out Michael regardless.
Which is what we were waiting for. Who was going to be like, guys, can we all just agree that he needs to go? Yeah. It was basically as blunt as she was, which good for her. To be clear, earlier in our episode, I cried about Colton and Michael basically equate his being in the closet with him being able to lie as a traitor. I don't think Colton's a good dude either.
Right.
B, I don't think he's I didn't think he was a good faithful, but, like, we need to talk about the end of the episode.
All right, but let's finish the round table.
Okay.
So they do the voting, and there's some brutal, Michael, I'm voting for you. I don't care what you are. Get out of my castle from Johnny Weir.
Well, that's the point Colton got to. He said, at this point, I don't care if you're a traitor or a faithful. I don't want to be in this castle with you.
Right.
Which I think, like, fair enough. You're basically saying, I don't like you as a human. I'd rather you not be here.
Right, and that was...
It's fair to feel that way. Several people said it that way, basically.
Yeah.
Well, Eric said it very well. He keeps using the words that we keep using, like, at this point, you're just distracting either way. We will be better off without you here, is basically what he said. Either way.
He talks... Someone said, you talk a lot without saying much.
Yes, who said that?
Was that Moira?
One of the girls. Yeah, Maura. Maura Higgins. Which, yes, I do think she and Rob are banging. Like,
Love Island.
Do you see how she looks at him?
Everybody on that show looks at him like that.
Okay, this is what you've all been waiting for. The Alligator Rob segment. Now he just gets to be Rob because they killed Rob so many episodes ago.
Right.
Even that was strategic. Even that was like, I want to be the Rob when you talk about Rob on this show.
Yeah.
He's been playing a really good game.
I don't think, other than the one time Michael said it's got to be one of the three hunks.
He is now gone, and he was really the only one with that theory.
I don't think a single person suspects Alligator Rob, Normal Rob.
Alabama Rob. Rob.
Snake
Love
Wrangling Rob.
Did you say steak wrangling?
Snake Wrangling Rob.
He's just really like at the round table. As Neal said earlier, Michael had all of these alliterations for Colton, but then he even makes the point of saying, like Neal said, conniving.
Commiserating.
And he says that over and over again, and he's like, commiserating Colton. And Rob is like, Michael, commiseration means to feel sorry for someone. And Michael turns to him and says, no, it doesn't. And Rob says, yes, it does. It's driving me nuts. Like, you keep saying it. It's driving me crazy. The only time he spoke up was to correct some... Alabama Rob, you need to be Alabama Rob. You can't be correcting people on the morphology of a word, dude.
Right.
You better watch yourself. The one time you speak up is to be like, Michael, goddamn, you're an idiot, and it's driving me nuts.
So, okay, Michael loses to Ron in voting and gets eliminated, and then issues an apology afterwards in a testimonial.
That I immediately turned to Neal and said, do you think that he asked to do that, or that the producers, suggested he do that?
It's probably a mix of both.
Because listen, I've diagnosed him, allegedly, with ADHD. He has no inhibitions. He speaks before he thinks. He acts before he thinks. If he could find some therapy, whether that's therapy or medical therapy, to help with his impulsivity, I think he could be a decent guy. I think that's what Tiffany sees in him.
Yeah.
And like I said, she got crapped on for meeting with him after the show. I don't know.
Okay.
I think, and maybe I'm behind in this, because, like, since we haven't watched this episode yet, I haven't looked it up yet. I know I saw, like, flashes on social media that he's going to go around... I'm trying to get it.
Okay.
Can
That's
I
a good job,
continue?
yeah.
Thank you. I think he's going to make the social media rounds. I think he's going to make himself look a lot worse. I think he's going to prove exactly who he is to us. I think he already has. And I think that's enough on him. I like that we're going to be able to start fresh in the next episode. I appreciate that. Did I already say this on this, or did I only say this to you? I feel like they lumped these 2 episodes together so we could start fresh. With him gone next week. New week, new feel to the season.
Yeah.
I think they felt like he was dragging it down. But then again, he was obviously making good TV because you were showing it. Like, I keep forgetting the dancer Mark Ballas is on it, or whatever his name is. But they, finally showed him...
Yeah, talk for the first time. At the
castle.
So, you wanted to talk about Colton at the end of the episode.
Yes.
So that everybody breaks up into their small groups to talk about, like, who they suspect. And Colton...
And how they're happy Michael is gone either way, even though he was a faithful.
Colton sits down with Dorinda, Rob, and Jam Jam.
Yeah.
And what happens?
He pins it on Lisa. They have... Here's my thing. And then he looked really bad to me again. He took less than a second to acknowledge what had just happened, which is his right, but he gave Rob basically a fist bump, like a thanks for defending me fist bump, because to be clear, he had defenders around the round table,
right,
who spoke up for him. It turned into a nice moment. Hopefully it was a learning moment for Michael, judging, like I said, what I've been seeing swirling around. Oh, Winnie has a little mat under her armpit. I got it. Okay, I'll leave you alone. I don't remember.
Colton.
Oh, he clocks Lisa Rinna. For
100%.
All the right reasons. He's I was sitting next to her at breakfast for the first time today, and she, way overplayed it. Everything was so, shock and, oh, my goodness.
And then she's super quiet when that's definitely
not her personality. He's yeah, if you don't know this, and that's the thing, some people don't. He's she's my level of playing. She would be as into this and as good at this as I am, so I think she's a traitor because she's trying to fly under the radar. He is just spot on,
and then,
which means she's being a bad traitor.
Yes.
But I will give her credit. I forgot to earlier in the episode. You love Rob. You think Lisa is a hit. She said something at the breakfast table and you laughed out loud and you were I think she's doing a good job in her traitor role. I think she would have been a bad faithful. So this is the only way she's successful is leaning into this traitor role. She's obviously not doing a great job.
Well, I think...
But people do like her, yes.
Colton...
She's making good TV.
Even she described the Axeman so much better than everybody else. Yes, because she'd seen it so many times. That he's the only one that's thinking like that.
Yeah.
It's so even Dorinda, he's oh, is this how she normally acts? And Dorinda's oh, now that you mention it.
But then that's crazy because at the breakfast table, they took Rinna being able to explain about the axe and whoever else had been tied up, not specifying an axe. Who was it? Ron, right?
Yeah.
They made it look suspicious on him that he didn't have that detail. Oh, that's an important detail. You wouldn't omit that type of detail. Omit that type of detail.
So yeah, maybe she's not being as good as I thought she was. 'Cause first it was Monet, and now Colton have figured her out. So I just...
And Monet they could get rid of because Monet, they thought, they couldn't be sure, but they thought had only said her suspicions about Rinna to Candace.
Luckily.
Colton just said his suspicions about Rinna in a room full of people.
Yes, so you can't just... Well, now she wants to murder Colton.
Yeah, so our episode ends. We're in the turret with our 3 faithfuls, Candace,
And
Rob,
3 traitors.
and Lisa, what'd I say?
Faithfuls.
Yeah, just the 3 of them. The 3 traitors. They're mulling over who to murder, and Rob says, Colton is coming after you. And Lisa Rinna says, "Oh, F."
And I want to murder him now, but
you can't murder him either way. We're convinced.
So we didn't mention this. In the challenge, there were hidden shields available, and if no one took one, everyone was shielded from murder.
As in there was no murder that night.
But if someone took one, only they would be shielded from murder.
And there'd be a murder as usual.
Yes.
Myrtles.
And the only person that felt like they needed to take a shield was Colton. So they want to...
I think is shady behavior, by the way.
But it's the psychology problem. Oh, with some input from Luna. She agrees.
Do you want to go to school for psychology? Learn more about the brain? You're so smart. Oh, if you learn more about the brain, it'd be like AI becoming sentient.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you could take over the world. She's acting like I don't agree with her.
So Lisa wants to take out Colton, who's either got a shield or shielded.
Right, we think either way.
Yes. So
I think there is going to be a murder. How unfortunate would it be if they try to murder Colton and they can't?
that would be funny.
Then, you might as well have not had a murder.
Well, then he would know.
This is true.
They would have tried to have murdered me because I took a shield.
It depends on what Alan says, though. Does he say there was no murder last night? Or does he say there was a murder but it failed last night?
He did say, we'll find out at breakfast.
Oh, he did. Oh, hi. Oh, my gosh. She's just here throwing a tantrum because we're not paying attention to her. Hello, lady. Yes, you are the most beautiful princess anyone has ever seen. And I would commit crimes for you.
Hi. Anyway, so we'll have to wait until Thursday to find out.
Here's my question to you, and here's my question to you, the viewer, the listener. If you're still listening or watching, Luna's going backwards now behind... Cat's walking backwards.
Do you want me to move this?
Forwards.
There you
Yes,
go.
she does. Is she going to settle on the arm with you like a buddy?
I don't know.
Oh, you have this over so far.
Let me make some room for you, Luna.
Yes, I have a cat named Luna. Everyone has a cat named Luna. I know.
Luna, Franklin,
and Winnie.
And Winnie.
Settle. Okay. My question I want to leave you with. Who do you think turns on each other first in the Traitors? Because we're coming to that point, right?
I think no one has suspected Candace or Rob, so I think they're going to have to jettison Rinna eventually.
I agree. Do you think that time has come? Follow-up question.
If she gets brought up at the round table and it sticks to maybe one or two people, you go for it. If it's...
Or at the very least, you plant the seed. What do you think? Do you plant the seed or you go for it? You're saying it depends.
I don't think they...
And how the table goes.
I don't think they would plant the seed. I think they would...
Oh, I don't think they're going to bring it up. I can tell because Rob wasn't ready to turn on her.
Right.
Rob's first instinct was to say, oh, I've never really considered her before.
Yeah.
That's as much defense as you can give as another traitor. Because how certain can you be about anybody?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to overly defend someone. Luna, why are you crying?
I gotta go see, says Winnie.
Winnie, go check on your sister. Now you have hiccups. This is devolving. You need water. I need a snack. We need to watch One Tree Hill. Some of the lines are problematic in rewatch. Absolutely.
Yes.
But please, if you're a millennial, go watch it. 2016 is big right now. People are reminiscing on the year 2016.
Well, it's 10 years ago.
I lived a very different life than most 26-year-olds, I feel. Because, I lived the very small town version of a 26-year-old. Whereas, Stassi and Jax didn't have their shit together at 26. But then, you know what? Who does?
We're gonna go.
Who do you think's gonna... Okay, you think they're gonna have to turn on Rinna because they're gonna have to.
Right.
And you think it could be this episode, depending on how some things go, like conversations and round tables.
If you think she's going to get more votes than a Ron or a Colton, you go for it. But those are two people that are still probably going to get a lot of votes.
Right. You
don't want to turn on her and then not get her voted out.
Which that has happened, right?
Yes.
where you still have to go. That's where we left off in one of the other versions.
In
They've had to go up
Britain.
in the turret with each other after just one of them turned on the other, but the traitor didn't go home.
Right.
Like, that's an awkward meeting that night.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to go play Call of Duty. Who do you guys think is going to turn on which traitor do you think is going to turn on another traitor first? And do you think they're going to be successful? Okay, that is the question. Please leave us your answer. We love you. Goodbye.